All right, hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Just to make sure that the audio is going okay, make sure to comment a thumbs up on both Facebook and also YouTube. I'll do my best to try to answer any questions that you guys may have. It looks like audio is good on my end, so I just want to make sure it's good on your end as well. So we have a lot to talk about today. We have a very unstable atmosphere. It is going to be unseasonably warm and cloudy today, and it also looks like rain chances will increase right around midnight or so after our 10 o'clock newscast. So we're just going to check on audio here. We're good? Okay, cool. So let's dive right into it for graphics here. So as far as temperatures right now, we're already warming up pretty nicely despite the cloud cover. We're at 70 in San Antonio, low 70s in Pleasanton. Again, I'll be looking at your comments here on Facebook just to do my best to answer any of them that you may have. So actually, let me jump to Facebook as well. Patricia saying she'll believe it when I see it. Okay. Adrian says it works. Thank you so much. We got a thumbs up from Jason Richardson. Thank you. Yes, don't leave pets outside when there's severe weather, especially lightning. That could also scare them a little bit. James also saying good morning. Hey, James, good morning to you. Like I said, we're already off to a warm start this morning. I'm actually going to jump to pollen here and just show you that hackberry is actually medium at 110 today. We have mold that's light, but one of the highest, of course, at 330, and it's possible with our rain tonight and into Wednesday morning, we could actually see mold a little bit higher tomorrow. So if mold is the culprit, it gives you problems, you may want to take the allergy meds before going to bed tonight because mold may soar tomorrow since we're looking at rain in the forecast tonight and also Wednesday morning. Severe weather outlook for tonight, the Storm Prediction Center, the SPC that we call them, they have actually shifted the slight risk to include more of downtown San Antonio. What exactly does a slight and a marginal risk means? It just means that isolated severe storms will be possible, and the primary concerns will mainly be damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and also quarter-size hail. So we had the question during our morning meeting, if we were to, worry about hail, should we put our car under a carport tonight? Yes, just do that just in case. But it looks like for the most part, the isolated strong to severe storms will be right over the hill country. And I'll also show you a time cast here in a second. I'm just looking at your comments to my left here. Hail question mark. Yes, that is a possibility, especially for those under the level 2 slight risk and also the level 1 marginal risk. So it looks like, the time of day will really be the issue. Like I said, we're pretty unstable. We're warm, we're humid. We have high CAPE across the region this afternoon. That's kind of what, we look at as meteorologists to see how much, instability we have in place. But keep in mind, it's going to be the nighttime. So we kind of lose that daytime heating. But it looks like the stronger storms will mainly be closer to like Rock Springs, up into Kerrville, those areas, and then just kind of weaken a little bit once it gets into Bexar County, but still not ruling out the potential for strong to severe storms in Bexar County too. We have a good morning from Brooke. Brenda saying good morning. Ashley Lopez saying hello. Hey Ashley, happy you're joining us today. Patricia, when do you get back to the studio as everyone else is there working? So Andrew and I are still working from home just to help flatten the curve. It really just depends on the vaccine timing, and yeah, it's really still up in the air. It's a big question mark at this point. Hey Seth, one of our loyal viewers today. Jenny wants to know if the severe weather is expected for Atascosa County. So it looks like northern Atascosa County. So kind of for areas in Pleasanton and then north of Pleasanton. Yeah, Ashley saying no mold, please. How many inches of rain? We could see up to ½ an inch, but it looks like higher rainfall totals. I would say isolated amounts of 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Keep in mind, when you're looking at severe weather in the forecast, some of these strong to severe storms can also produce very heavy rainfall rates, potentially 3 to 4 inches per hour. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, so some areas could definitely see isolated higher amounts to our north and northwest. Um, yeah, hello. Thank you for this update. You're very welcome. We definitely need the rain, Anthony. Okay, so Katie wants to know what time it starts. So that's actually a good bridge here. I'm going to get right into the time cast. So I think a lot of us will be pretty dry for most of the day, socked in with this cloud cover. It'll be very warm. You know, despite the cloud cover, it's going to be humid thanks to a southeast wind and also very warm, unseasonably warm today. We actually have a forecast high of 83 in San Antonio. And, you know, with the instability in place, we could start to see showers and storms begin and try to get their act together closer to midnight. So this is going to be a few hours after the 10 o'clock newscast. But keep in mind, weather models typically struggle with showing, you know, these isolated thunderstorms that may develop ahead of the main line. So that's something to, you know, take into account. After sunset, could we see some isolated thunderstorms? And it is possible. Since my weekend shift, I have seen a few weather models try to hint at, hey, it's possible that we see a few thunderstorms try to fire up before midnight. So maybe 9 to 11 p.m. tonight. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, this is one weather model's outlook, and it's been pretty consistent with showing a few thunderstorms, especially over the hill country. So this is 3 a.m. Wednesday when most of us are asleep. Could get a little noisy for Kerr County and also up into Edwards County. So that includes Kerrville and also Rock Springs, also Bandera County. We could still see a few thunderstorms before sunrise on Wednesday, stopping the clock here at 5 a.m. And it's just showing you that most of these showers and storms tend to weaken. Remember, it's an overnight system, so we lose that daytime heating, but our atmosphere is still, you know, unstable. So we still have the environment to support some strong to severe thunderstorms. So that's 5 a.m. Wednesday. And I'll look at some comments here as well. Juanita, you want to know, is it coming toward Del Rio or Brackettville, Texas? So it looks like, you know, Brackettville and also Del Rio, you know, you guys are within that severe weather outlook. So I would say are pretty close to it, I should say. So since you're still pretty close to the marginal and slight risk, the level 1 and 2 that I showed you on that severe weather outlook scale, I would say, you know, don't let your guard down. You're still pretty close to the region of where we could see a few isolated to severe storms. So it's definitely possible for y'all too. Hannah saying good morning. Hey, glad that you're joining us today. Neil, I am not sure about the COVID numbers, but I know that we are pretty up to date on our numbers on the KINS 5 website and also social media pages. So I'm sure if you go back in time and look at our pictures, you'll see the recent numbers and recent count. Renee, I would just wait till tomorrow to wash the car. I feel you though. I washed my car recently and it's in the garage and it'll stay there. Eddie, good morning to you. You're very welcome, Sylvia. You're welcome for the update. So Brenda, you want to know about Louisiana. I know parts of the Deep South are actually under that level 3 enhanced risk for tomorrow. So the system we see tonight will move east and then ramp up again. Yeah, they already have that level 3 enhanced risk. So that's a 3 out of 5 scale. So they're looking at kind of some dangerous weather. If you know people and let's say eastern Arkansas, that includes Jonesboro, maybe Memphis, Tennessee, so kind of like west of Nashville, southwest. Let's see, northern Mississippi and also Alabama. Make sure they know to watch the weather tomorrow. Yep, check on fences. That's really good, Adrian. Some of you guys have really good advice. Yeah, I don't like the hail either. Glenda, you want to know about San Antonio? You know, I stopped it on the timecast for a reason, just to show you kind of the ballpark time that we're looking at. So, yeah, right around, I would say just before sunrise on Wednesday. So keep in mind it could get a little noisy for some of us right here in Bexar County, especially west of San Antonio and northwest. So maybe closer to, you know, Helotes up into the Bernie area could get a little noisy for you guys a few hours before sunset. So you may be woken up by a clap of thunder at times. Hello from Mason. Yeah, make sure that's a really good point, Ray. You know, oftentimes like it's so important, especially, you know, during the spring season to know where you're located on a map, know the county you're in. If you're looking at this map, you know, where's my home? That's a really great thing to study, especially once we get into the spring season. We, of course, have the official start to the spring season this Saturday, March 20th. So that's going to be the spring equinox. Of course, we have these cold fronts, these upper level disturbances. Oftentimes they ignite some severe storms at times, so it's so important to know where you are on a map. Let's see. Karen, you should be good around 7. I think most of the activity, if anything tries to develop, I think it's going to be west of San Antonio, closer to about 10 o'clock tonight. But again, weather models often struggle with trying to get those isolated cells that try to pop up. It just depends on a few factors. So that's something we do have to watch. Let's see. So, and it looks like, you know, the greatest severe weather potential will be over the hill country. So that's going to be the Rock Springs area, Kerrville, and basically for areas west of San Antonio and northwest of San Antonio. So that's Real, Bandera, Kerr, Edwards, Valverde County. You know, most of those counties are under that, you know, level 1 and level 2 marginal and slight risk. So here's the severe weather outlook. If you're just now joining us on the YouTube or Facebook Live, this is kind of, you know, going to be the main story for this evening. We could see some isolated strong to severe storms try to develop, try to get their act together closer to the 10 o'clock newscast tonight. And then we'll start to see, you know, showers really develop once we get closer to midnight. We'll start the timecast over because I know a lot of you, looks like the bulk of the questions are all about timing. You know, when is it going to be in my backyard? Remember, some isolated severe storms could form right around 9 to 11 p.m. tonight. Of course, this weather model is doing a bad job of showing it, but it is possible from 1 a.m. all the way through 3 a.m. We could hear a few rumbles of thunder in Edwards, Real, Bandera, and also Kerr County. So it could get a little noisy for northwestern areas. Meaning the hill country. We'll start to see this cold front move through early Wednesday. Showers and storms continue to move east along that front, a little on the backside as well. So this is just before sunrise on Wednesday. Notice clouds start to clear out. So yes, it's we have rain on our 7-day. That includes St. Patrick's Day. You know, tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. Hard to believe, but just know the bulk of the rain will be very early. It's not going to rain all day, and it looks like our eastern counties will see the rain a little bit later. So we're talking about the lunchtime hour. We'll still see a few lingering showers over eastern areas. Looking at the next 12 hours today, like I said, pretty warm, humid, breezy at times. We have a forecast high of 83 in San Antonio. Again, that cloud cover is not going anywhere today. So I hope you enjoyed the sunshine yesterday, but don't worry, it looks like the sunshine will return on St. Patrick's Day. That's going to be tomorrow afternoon, you know, once that front moves through. Catherine, is there tornadic weather? Not ruling out an isolated tornado or two, but Catherine, I did talk about how, you know, a few isolated storms may try to develop ahead of the main line, ahead of the cold front. And if any isolated severe storms develop, let's say, you know, this evening, right around 9 to 11 p.m., those are the ones we'll have to watch for any rotation. But the threat overall is very low. I would say the primary threat would be, you know, damaging wind gust up to 60 miles per hour and also quarter-size hail. So those are the two primary threats. Hey, your son's birthday tomorrow. That's awesome, Chelsea. It's actually meteorologist Andrew Wilson's birthday tomorrow too. So they share the same birthday. He's raising the roof over there. You can't see him. Mason, yes, it is possible to see some hail tonight into tomorrow. Catherine, you're welcome. All right, so next 12 hours, like I said, warm and pretty humid today. We'll keep overnight lows, some of us in the upper 50s, a lot of us in the low 60s to upper 60s, you know, kind of a variety in forecast lows tonight. And it's because of that cold front moving through. It really depends on the timing of the front. So, Chelsea, you're wondering about tomorrow since it's your son's birthday. St. Patrick's Day, not too bad. It looks like after lunchtime, we'll start to see more sun across our region. High temperatures still unseasonably warm, a lot of us in the upper 70s to low 80s. But look at that northwest wind. We're still looking at gusts right around 25 miles per hour. So once we get into about through the afternoon and about sunset, we are looking at a breezy northwest wind. So breezy, clearing, of course, sunset, you know, just before 8 p.m. tomorrow, and it looks like we'll keep a clear sky in the forecast Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. So 7-day forecast, if you have any plans, we're looking at very nice weather just in time for the weekend. Of course, the spring equinox, the official start to the spring season, will be this Saturday. Very spring-like. You know, we're looking at a drop in temperatures, but honestly not too bad. Lows well above freezing, of course. High of 72 Friday, 73 Saturday, mid-70s Sunday. Just a very nice weekend in store for us. Good morning. Yes, so I'm just looking at some of, can you show Futurecast again? Yes, I definitely can. Let's go back here. I'm just looking at some of your comments. There's definitely a chance, Eric, for thunderstorms to hit San Antonio, but it looks like, you know, the higher severe weather threat will be to our northwest. So that's going to be hill country, but also, you know, a little sliver of Bexar County, like Helotes, up into the Bernie area, for example. Those areas could still hear a few noisy storms tonight. Jennifer, I would not advise that because it's going to be nighttime. Yeah, and that's just going to be pretty dangerous. You know, you don't want to be caught in a bad situation, especially with thunderstorms at nighttime. So highly discourage that. And I've done some chasing back in college, so. All right, so let's look at the timecast. I know some of you wanted to see it again. Here's the cloud cover from 4 p.m. Like I said, a lot of us will be dry today. Right around 10, I would say 9 p.m. actually, through 11 p.m., we could see a few isolated severe storms try to develop. Very unstable today. Very warm, also humid. We have a southeast wind just really funneling in all that moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. So that's why it's so humid today, and that's why it's also more humid than yesterday. We'll keep the clouds in place tonight. Right around 3 a.m. on Wednesday, we'll hear some noisy storms start to move into parts of our region. So frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, intense wind gusts, and also quarter-size hail will be the primary concerns, but we'll have to see if any isolated thunderstorms try to develop, especially ahead of the main line. So if they do, it's possible that we could see an isolated tornado. But keep in mind that threat is very, very low. So I wouldn't worry too much. We're not looking at a widespread severe weather event tonight and early Wednesday. 5 a.m. Wednesday, again, a few hours before sunrise, we're still looking at a few noisy storms. Looks like, since this is an overnight event, it looks like a lot of the thunderstorms will kind of weaken as they move east. So for our eastern counties, a very low severe weather threat. So New Braunfels, Gonzales, Cuero, Victoria, Karnes City, for example, like you guys are looking at a low severe weather threat Wednesday morning. We do not have freezing temperatures on our 7-day. Yeah, make sure to keep your pets in mind. Yes, Grace, that is correct. Hail is possible, but keep in mind it's not a widespread severe weather event. I know a lot of you worry about hail. It's not a widespread, severe weather event, but if you have a carport or a garage, keep the car in the garage or under the carport just in case. No one likes hail. We all don't like it. I actually want to go into the next 7 days because some of you were commenting about, hey, what's our forecast rainfall? We love to show this graphic. It gives us a perspective of where the higher rainfall totals will be. So it looks like lower rainfall totals, so less than 1/10 of an inch for places like, Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Uvalde, also Cotulla, but higher rainfall totals up to, I would say, 1/2 inch for northern and eastern areas. I was also talking about earlier how we could see, isolated higher amounts, rainfall amounts over the next 7 days. For example, if we were to see a strong storm produce heavy rainfall rates tonight, so we're talking like 3 to 4 inches per hour, of course, we're going to have isolated higher rainfall totals. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Rain in Canyon Lake. Yeah, it's definitely possible tonight into Wednesday morning, but looks like most of the rain and our higher rainfall coverage will be after midnight, so when most of us are asleep. You could be woken up by a few rumbles of thunder, of course. All right, guys. Well, it looks like I answered all your questions. I'll go ahead and leave you with a 7-day if my graphics want to advance. There they go. Of course, we have St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Stay safe, have fun. Wednesday, we're looking at lots of sunshine in the afternoon. So once this cold front moves through, not a huge change in temperatures tomorrow. So we're still pretty warm. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s, mid 70s on Thursday. We'll start to see sunshine late week into the weekend. And of course, our first official day of the spring season will be Saturday. We have the spring equinox. So of course, we had the time change. We're looking at a later sunset. I personally enjoy it. I hope you do too. But we're looking at, pretty nice weekend on tap for us. But a few passing clouds start to build in on Sunday, and then spotty rain chances and even isolated showers late Sunday into about Monday. So it looks like we're in this spring-like weather pattern where we have, a chance of strong to severe storms tonight. We stay pretty warm. We have a drop in temperatures over the weekend, and then we warm back up pretty quickly by the second half of our weekend into early week. All right, guys, I hope you have a great Tuesday and an awesome St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to go ahead and log off here, but I hope you have a great rest of your day.